Hey, YouTubers, Rodney back at you again for another the mindset for creating wealth or building wealth. I think it's tip number 43. Leads you off what I always like to lead you. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Wealth and house come from the father, and children do not save for the parents, but parents save for the children. I'd like to leave you with this thought. Stop settling for less. Stop selling for less. You know, when we can't buy that dream home that we want, we settle for less. When we can't buy that car that we always dreamt about or we don't went to look at, and then we say, oh man, I can't afford it, we settle for less. We got to get out of the mindset of settling for less. You got to go get it. When things get hard, harder than what we thought it would be, then we begin to settle. When we don't get the money that we want from these jobs, then we begin to settle for less. We can't go on the vacations that we want to go on. We can't do this. We can't do that. We can't buy that. So we dumb down our dreams and aspirations, and then we begin to settle for less. You have to get out of that mindset like that if you want to create wealth or be successful in anything. You cannot settle. You have to go get what you want, see what you want, come up with a plan to get what you want and go get it and stop settling. We do that too often. We begin to dumb down our dreams. We begin to look at what's less. We go into on a car lot and we have an idea what something's going to cost because, like a lot of people that go online, they look at these things but you still want to go out there and look at that dream car. Man, I want to have that car. You even may drive that car. But when you sit down with someone and they tell you what that car payment is going to be, and then you look at your income coming in, you settle for less. If you're going to settle for less, give yourself a time frame in which to settle for less or just hold off. And then say, you know what? It is September. By December, I'm going to have what I want because you didn't settle. We begin to settle for less when we think that we can never achieve it, when we think that we're never going to have it. And what we say, I can't afford it. I told you in videos past, I don't say that I can't afford it. I'm going to tell myself, now I'm going to get that later, and I'm going to come up with a plan in order to get it. But I'm not going to cop out and say I can't afford it. Or I'm not going to pay that money right now, psyching ourselves out, is because we don't have it. And so we settle for less. Oh, we want to go, we're on vacation and we drive into a location or fly into a location and we start looking at the hotels and stuff like that. It's, oh man, that's beautiful, but we settle for less. The majority of people have settled for less 80% of their life, settling. And so when we say we're not going to settle, we go get another job to try to get what we want. You're spending more time away from your family, more time from doing what you want to do, and it still does not come up to what you want because you got taxes. Now you're tired, you're wore out. Now you begin to get sick because you're working, 24/7. And if the first job didn't work, the second job isn't going to work either. We try to cover up by getting something that's not going to be sufficient enough for us to be able to get the things that we want. You have to come up with another way. I know people got 3 jobs and they work and they got their full time. And then when they off from their full time, they got another job. Then they got another part time to come up to meet ends meet. And they still do not have enough to do what they want to do. And so that's their way of not settling. But they go get something else that won't work. And so they spend all of their time working and not still getting ahead. So they still have to settle. Man, you can talk to some folks. They got 2 and 3 jobs, and the first thing they say, man, I can't afford that. How can't you afford it when you work in 3 jobs? Something is broken. Something is wrong. You got to find another way to make your money to build wealth. But only thing that we know is thinking that we work harder, we'll make more money. But when taxes hit you up and all that kind of stuff like that, and when you're working these part times, they give you $15, you don't work enough. You don't work enough part time to even mount up to anything. If you take your part time, your full time, and add it up together by the hours that you work per week, you still don't make enough. So we have to find another way. I'm just telling you, your mindset has to be, I'm not going to settle for less. And I got to find a better way to make my money, to create wealth so that I can leave an inheritance for my children's children, so that I can help my sister or my brother or my nieces and nephews, whomever, friends, that I'm in a position to be able to help them when they have an hour of need. And so let's stop settling. Let's strategize and come up with a way that's going to help you to build wealth. Hit that like button, subscribe. I have a link in there that I told you, if you just jump on in there, begin to educate yourself on the trends of where things are going, then I believe you can set yourself up to create the wealth that you need to have for your family. I'm not guaranteeing you anything. If someone is guaranteeing you something, they lying. The only thing people can guarantee you that you're going to die. If they guarantee you're going to make this, or you're going to make that, or you're going to make this and that, then they're telling you a lie when it comes to creating wealth or doing stuff like that. Now, if you're going on a job and they say, we're going to pay you $20 an hour, you can lock that in. They're going to pay you $20 an hour. But that $20, $30, $40 an hour is not going to create you wealth once taxes get you, once the bills get you and all that kind of stuff, and you look at what you got left over. Now you find yourself getting a part-time job. And that's what a lot of people do that's not trying to settle. They just don't have the means, and that's safe for them. See, it's safe to get a part-time job. Well, they believe it's safe to get a part-time job and make some extra money. But that extra money does not create wealth. It may pay for a bill, or it may pay for a car that you settled for, or it may pay for a house to help with the payments, a house that you settled for, things that you have settled for. It may help you pay for that, but it's not going to catapult you to the point where I have exactly what I wanted. I wanted that $800,000 house. People say, oh, I don't need that 800, whatever that number is, wherever that neighborhood is, whatever that car is, whatever that vacation is, whatever that gift that you wanted to give your loved one. And you said, man, I can't afford this. I'm going to get that. I can't afford that suit, so I'm going to settle for that suit. I can't buy that dress, so I'm going to settle for this dress. I can't buy that purse, so I'm going to settle for this purse. People do it all the time. They buy knockoffs. They're nice, but we're settling. Stop selling. Get your mind right that you're going to do it or die, that you're going to create wealth for you and your family. Whatever it takes, you're going to do it. But selling is not going to do it. 3 and 4 jobs is not going to do it. You have to find the way to create wealth, and it begins with the mindset. And it begins to be able to listen to what people are saying, read between the lines. I'm telling you right now, whatever reason you think that I may have, get that out of your mind. I'm here to help you to get your mind right because I've been in the trenches. I've been let down, but also no success. Don't stop selling and get the job done and get what you want. Till next time, take care.